Hi, everybody. It is 6 o'clock here at the Griffith Gymnasium, and tonight is to be the Hilltopper girls going up against the Taos High School Lady Tigers. And right now, as they count down, this game's going to start. Actually, pretty close on time. They got about 10 minutes left in the warm-up period, and right now it's coming on at 6 o'clock, so we're going to be pretty close on time. Anyway, talk a little bit about the situation here. The Hilltopper girls they've been struggling all season long trying to get things together, and it's just been everything going wrong all the time. Gigi Romero went down in the Milwaukee game. She will not start. Caitlin Velarde, she will not suit up even. Caitlin Velarde has been out injured for quite a while. And now Reina Morales has just joined over on the injured reserve. So three of the girls that normally would be starting, especially Gigi, the eighth grader, is an outstanding eighth grader for Los Alamos, and there was a scramble down in Milwaukee and to the basket, and everybody going for it. And when they finally scooped up the ball and they picked up all the girls, Gigi was still on the floor and she was hurting pretty bad, and so they finally got her over onto the sideline and packed her ankle in ice. But she has not come back, and I don't think she will come back. Of course, this is the final season, the final week of the season for the Los Alamos girls, and I don't believe there's going to be a district tournament. I haven't really heard, but I think they're going to go probably straight to the state tournament. So that would mean that the Hilltopper girls on Saturday afternoon, when they take on Milwaukee girls here, that would be the end of their season period. The boys then would have to wait. They're going to have to wait to see if that is the situation, to see if the NMA seeds them into the tournament. So we'll have to wait and see how that goes. The Hilltopper boys were in pretty good shape until last night when they ran into a buzzsaw up in Taos. We went up and we broadcast that game. Had a little bit of technical difficulty, but we got through it. And so, but I mean, it was a senior night there in Taos, and they introduced everybody in the gym except us. I mean, they called it senior night, and then they introduced every single basketball player, period, starting with the eighth grade, and all of their parents, and then the seniors on the dance team, the seniors on the cheerleaders squad. So it was a lengthy pregame ceremony, I have to say. But anyway, I guess the senior night or whatever really pumped up the Tigers because they came out. I mean, they came out to play. They were outstanding last night on offense and on defense. We just had no answer for them, and they just kind of poured it on. And so I'm not sure how that is going to shake things out. We had defeated Taos here by 2. They defeated us by 23 down there. And so depending on how they're going to seed them out, of course, both teams lost to Espanola. So right now it looks like the situation, but anything can happen because the Hilltoppers still have to play Moriarty here tomorrow night and Milwaukee on Friday night in Milwaukee. And the Milwaukee game that they played here, the Hilltoppers were just able to actually pull it out. They were actually down, and it looked like Milwaukee was in the driver's seat, and the Hilltoppers had a fantastic comeback to win that ball game. They actually won it by 1. It was 46-45. And then at the end of the game, just before the buzzer, Harrison Frank just threw the ball straight up in the air. He scooped it high up in the air. And he was just running down the floor across the half-court line, scooped it up and came down through the net. Just a total fluke. Should have been a three-point basket, but anyway, they gave him 2. Hilltoppers won 48-45. So that game in Portales is anybody's ball game, and it's an important ball game because the Hilltoppers right now, both teams, Taos and Los Alamos, have lost to Espanola, and the Taos and the Hilltoppers have split. And so the Hilltoppers now need to win out, and at least they'd be in somewhat of a tie for second place with the Tigers. So we got about 5 minutes to go here before Maury Pondgrass is going to get into introducing all this stuff. This is Gene Mortensen along with Mike Katko. And, of course, we want to thank Carol Clark of the Los Alamos Daily Post for making all this possible. And Nate Lindback, our Cracker Jack IT guy. And John McHale, our outstanding photographer. And all of them got together to make all this happen. And we certainly do appreciate that. So thank you to all that gang, Carol and Nate and John and the Daily Post for making all this possible for people like me and Mike and Dino and Mike Mays, everybody else who's been involved in this. So anyway, we got about 4 minutes or so to go before we'll get into this thing. But the Hilltoppers right now, and coming into the ball game, they've been struggling all season long. They've had a lot of misfortune, injured players, and right now they're without three players that would normally start. Caitlin Velarde, well, she's a sophomore. She may or may not start, but Reina Morales always starts. Gigi Romero always starts, and so they are gone. And Tara McDonald now will be starting in place of one of those girls, and then Brandy Sandoval or Emma Raven normally start there, the big girls for Los Alamos. But tonight it's going to be Brandy Sandoval in that position. The Hilltoppers coming into the ball game right now still looking for their first win, and they are 0-9 on the season and 0-5 in district. They have 3 district games left, and that is all in this week, tonight, Thursday night, and Saturday. And the Hilltopper boys also have 3 games this week, and they played one in Taos last night. See, they'll be home here tomorrow. That'll be their final home game, and they'll take on Moriarty, and then they'll travel to Milwaukee on Friday night to take on the Elks down there in what is a very, very important contest, especially for Los Alamos.
No. The words.
What are you talking about?
People that are tuning in, they'll see audio will start soon. And hopefully they'll know that the audio is on.
Yeah.
We're going to text Nate Limbeck and see if he knows how to do that without taking us off the air.
Let me try something.
That's the live slideshow. That was what John just posted.
Yeah, okay.
Of senior night.
Okay, so now the audio has started.
The slideshow has started.
Yeah, anyway, so we're good. Anyway, about 2.5 minutes to go here before they warm up, before the introduction.
Well, you don't have my picture on.
The junior varsity, by the way, they had a racehorse basketball game here tonight. It was just a matter of whoever got the rebound just went roaring down the floor as fast as they could toward the other basket, and just it went back and forth the whole game. That junior varsity game, that's all it was. It was just a track meet between both teams. Forget about any kind of pattern basketball. There wasn't any. It was just go as fast as you can. But neither team was able to put a whole lot of points on the board. But South did end up winning that ball game, 30-21 over the junior varsity. The Tigers, the Lady Tigers, they're coached by Eric Morris, and right now they're in pretty good shape in the season. They're 6-4 on the season, and they're 4-2. And right now the 2 losses have come to Espanola. Espanola, of course, right now the girls totally in the driver's seat. Nobody has even come close to challenging Espanola so far this season. They've been winning games by 40, 50 points and just wiping everybody out. So nobody has stood up to Espanola at all so far in this district. And Espanola, they're cruising to the first place in the regular season district championship. And then, of course, I think right now they are seeded something on I think they're 4th in the state right now. Portales is the #1 team in the state at this point. And So Mike, we're about ready to go here, and Maury's going to, first he has to do is read the Constitution of the United States.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Griffith Gymnasium, the home of the Hilltoppers.
Anyway, so, but anyway, and then we will have the starting line. Los Alamos went to Taos earlier in the season, went up there, take on the girls up there. Taos won that ball game easily, and so the
from Taos, New Mexico. A reminder that this is a New Mexico Activities Association sanctioned event.
So the head Hilltoppers, I don't know if I mentioned it, they are coached by Ray Romero. They normally, when their roster is full, they normally have there's 2 seniors, 4 juniors, 4 sophomores, no freshmen, and then that 1 8th grader, Gigi Romero. But that's what the roster was at the beginning of the season. But that, of course, has changed a lot since then. Taos comes in the ball game. They only have 3 seniors, and they have 6 juniors, no sophomores, and they have 1 freshman. So they're kind of a young team that got a lot of juniors coming back. The Hilltoppers have 8 underclassmen coming back next year, and 4 juniors, 4 sophomores, and all these teams, it seems like all these teams that we are facing in the district, most of them are pretty much loaded with underclassmen. So I think next year things are going to be maybe stack up very similar to what they are here, what they are so far this season. Last night when the Hilltoppers went up to Taos, the Hilltopper boys just could not get going at all. And normally Wesley Sandfield and Harrison Frank, who usually are leading scorers, and they had a rough time last night. Harrison played a pretty good ball game. Wesley just kind of struggled, and we're ready now for the national anthem. So that completes the national anthem, and so now Maury Pongratz, the PA boys of Los Alamos, will introduce the teams and the starters, and I'll turn that privilege over here to my good buddy Mike, and he'll tell us all about that.
The starters for the Tigers, of course, Danielle Martinez, a junior, Leah Suazo, a senior, Marika Moyer, a junior, Kianamoa Eli, a freshman, and her brother played last night on the varsity team, and boy, did he have a great game. And Destiny Galan, a 5'7" senior, will round out the starters for the Taos Tigers. They're bringing up a few freshmen also on a traveling team. So that should round out the Taos Lady Tigers. They're coached by Eric Mattis, and like Gene was saying, they're 6-4, and they have a good team. Toppers, of course, like I was talking to Coach Romero earlier, I was telling Gene, he hasn't had his full team since the first game of the season. And since then, we've been missing players, key players, the whole year, every game. So he's really had to struggle, make adjustments, and a lot of them right before the game, which is a coach's nightmare to have to throw somebody out there. And our starters, of course, are going to be 5'3" junior Lena Chavez, a 5'5" senior, Jenna Harris, who's really a spark plug out there. She gets to everything. Michelle Macias, a 5'10 sophomore. Tara McDonald, a really tough sophomore. And Brandy Sandoval, a 6-foot senior, who's going to round out the topper players. And we'll see what happens. They're in for some stiff competition tonight, Gene.
Yeah, and interestingly enough, Mike was talking about Damon Eli from the Taos last night. He stands about 6'6", 6'7", and they've got it's got to be his sister, Kiona Moa Eli, and she's just listed at 6'4", and she's a pretty tall girl out there.
All of 6'4" too. She fills that out too. She's
yeah,
a
she
big
certainly
girl.
does. So to start things off, the visiting team will throw it in, and that is the Lady Tigers. So they bring it in and quickly go underneath right away. They waste no time getting it into Eli. Her shot is off. Rebound comes down to Jenna Harris. Across the timeline comes Jenna. Passes it over now and brings it out to Lena Chavez. Chavez gets to Michelle Macias. Macias picks up her dribble, brings it out on top to Lena. And now the Hilltoppers is working around that three-point line. Michelle Macias now just standing just to the left of the key, hands it to Jenna Harris. Harris is going to try to go down the lane. She does go down the lane, puts it up. Shot is partially blocked. The Hilltoppers get the rebound, but Michelle Macias hustling for the rebound, but she steps out of bounds, steps on the end line.
Brandy Sandoval did a great job there posting the girl away from Taos to get to the ball. She did a good job.
Yes, she did.
She's got a tough work tonight.
Yep. Skip pass comes across and almost goes out of bounds. They were trying to get it to Aliyah Swazzle. And so now the ball is knocked away by Michelle Macias. Battling for it. They're going to get it underneath to Eli. She's going to put it up. Rolls around and comes off. Tara rebound, and Tara loses it over the end line. But the Hilltoppers really pounding the boards pretty good here so far in this early going. The Tigers will inbound it. Almost stolen away by Tara McDonald. Now they're going to bring it over just to the right of the key. They're bringing it on now to Sydney Pino. Sydney Pino, and we're going to have a reach-in foul go to one of the Hilltoppers, and that one is going to go to Jenna Harris.
And that's unfortunate because she was doing really good. She's doing a great job on that girl, really hustling. All the girls are. They look good so far. 0-0 is the score.
Well, they're pumped up. They got, they got a lot more intensity than I've seen so far. Anyway, they're coming down the baseline on the right side and putting the shot up, and that's just going to be blocked by Los Alamos.
It's funny how that happens, when you have nothing to lose.
Yeah, really.
You get into a game, what the heck?
Yeah.
Post up, get your foul, whatever it takes.
So the inbound pass comes inside to Sydney Pino. Quickly down the floor, they get it up now to Brandy Sandoval. She starts to go to the hole. She's cut off, hands it to Lena Chavez. Chavez dribble into the corner, knocked out of bounds. This time now by Destiny Galan.
Tara McDonald doing a good job on that outside wing to get to that catch.
So Lena Chavez will take the ball from the official, brings it into Brandy Sandoval, left-handed shot, off the glass and in. So she's just like a free throw. She's standing just to the right side of the free throw line and just puts this left-handed set shot into the basket off the backboard. The Hilltoppers take a 2-0 lead, wide open underneath, and was Danielle Martinez, and so she lays it in for two.
If that's Jenna, we're in trouble.
Yeah, we're going to have a personal foul, and that goes to Jenna Harris, and Mike is right. That is her second personal and the second team foul on Los Alamos. So right now it's a 2-2 ball game.
He's already shy in the point guard position, and now we lose probably the best one, so that's a bummer.
Yeah, so Danielle Martinez at the free throw line trying to complete the three-point play, cannot. And we're going to have a personal foul go against the Lady Tigers as Tara McDonald came down with the rebound, and then trying to get the
Brandy
knock it away was Destiny Galan, and she picks up her first personal. That is the first team foul. Full court press now by the Tigers, 1-2-2, and it's a full court press. The Hilltoppers get it now to Lena Chavez. Chavez has to get it across the timeline. Finally does it. Tara McDonald. McDonald gets a running start toward the basket. They don't call anything, but and then she tries to get it underneath to Brandy, and Sandoval can't she can't scoop it up. So still a 2-2 ball game with 5:40 to go here in this first period. They bring it over into the corner, going to go underneath to Eli again, and her shot is partially blocked by Tara McDonald.
No, coming over sliding over to help out. Great job.
Yeah, that was nice. So skip pass across comes to Lena Chavez. Chavez bounces now to check. Checking in, Kaylee Salazar came in for Jenna Harris. So Hilltoppers moving the ball very well right now, except they're having a little trouble penetrating and getting down in. And I think that was double dribble on Michelle Macias. But
Taos is tough.
He puts a shot up. It's short. Rebound comes down to the Tigers. Long pass down the floor is going to come to Elias Suazo. And finally underneath the shot on the left baseline and gets the ball and puts it up. Danielle Martinez, and she has all 4 points for the Tigers. 4-2 ball game.
Tara McDonald, great catch and pass.
So up the floor, Tara McDonald got the ball in all kinds of traffic at half court, pulled it around, swung, and then got it to Michelle Macias going to the basket.
Nice little play.
So the personal foul is that Michelle was fouled in the act of shooting.
Kiona Eli.
So Eli picks up her first personal. That's the second team foul. And now Michelle will be at the free throw line, and she'll shoot 2. First one is off. And she'll shoot one more. 4-2 ball game. 4:30 to go first period. And Michelle Macias, 5'10" sophomore, at the free throw line for Los Alamos. This one is, also not good. I thought she was going to make that one. Up the floor come the Tigers quickly. They get it now up to Destiny Galan. Galan puts the shot up. Rebound comes down to Tara McDonald. Hilltoppers on the run. Michelle Macias is going to take it all the way.
No doubt
puts it up,
it.
and she was hammered. And I think that might go to Eli. Let's see if that's going to. It's going to go to Elias Suazo. That's going to be her first. It's the third team foul, but back to the free throw line.
Michelle showing some great hustle there, man. She was definitely going to take it in.
So Michelle having a little trouble from the free throw line. She's 0 for 3 right now, but still a 4-2 ball game. Hilltoppers only down by 2 with 4:14 to go here in this first period of play. And Michelle at the free throw line. And that one is good.
There we go.
So she found the range. That makes it a 4-3 ball game. Hilltoppers down by 1. Lady Tigers come to the right wing, trying to get it underneath, but no taking it all the way. Deciding to take it all the way, and that time was Sydney Pino. And the ball was knocked out of bounds. I thought it was off the Tigers. The official does not agree, but the Tigers will inbound it under their own basket.
Emma Raven in the game for the Toppers. Some height, extra height in there.
Yes, Emma is a 6-foot junior. Underneath, they finally get it underneath now to Madeline Quintana, and Quintana is able to put it up, and she posted up on the right side of the lane. It's Tara McDonald coming down the floor in a hurry, bounces it over, and I thought for a minute that Daylin Rodriguez was going to pop that 3.
Me too.
She will if she has the opportunity. So now the Hilltoppers just moving it around and bring it on top to Michelle Macias. Standing, dribbling between the circles, brings over to the left side.
I think the girls have been instructed not to do any quick shots here. They want to take Taos out of their running game. There's the shot, Gene.
There's Daylin Rodriguez with the 3. That's short. And the rebound pulled down to the Tigers leading right now 6-3. Coming down the baseline on the right side, getting a nice pass. That time from on top, getting a nice pass that time from Marika Moyer. And the
Toppers getting the ball on the out of bounds.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if that was right. Tara McDonald bringing it down for Los Alamos. Ball is knocked out of her hands from behind. Comes right to Michelle Macias, standing over on the right wing. And
there goes the swing in.
And she, unbelievable.
Got her rebound.
Yeah. So now Kaylee Salazar trying to take it to the hole. Ball's going to go out of bounds. But
No foul there.
that last one, Michelle was just holding the ball, and then she just kept motioning and motioning, telling the girl to run to break into the lane. So she out on the wing, and she just took off into the lane. And she was wide open.
Hit her perfectly.
Yeah, except we missed a shot.
Yeah.
Anyway, the ball went to Tara McDonald, gets it to Emma Raven. Raven goes in, she's fouled. And that personal foul, she's going to go to the free throw line. Nice move by Emma to the basket, and that personal foul is going to go. Let's see, that one is
Madeline
going to go.
Quintana.
Yeah, that's her fourth team foul.
Emma Raven's first chance at the free throw line. 6-3's the score. Toppers trailing here in the first quarter.
Well, the Hilltoppers need to make some free throws. Right now, they're only 1 for 5 from the free throw line.
Well, we're getting shots.
Yes, we are.
It's a good game, really. We're getting the shots. There she goes.
She drops that one in. Yeah, the Hilltoppers are moving the ball very well, and they're being
playing
very
good on defense.
They're being very patient, and coming down the baseline on the right side, and the pass, they get it on the baseline to Destiny Galan, drops it in for 2, makes it now 8-4. Press, they break the press, they get it down to Tara McDonald. McDonald, well, I thought she, but they're going to say no, but the ball does go out of bounds off of Powauke. Powauke.
Somebody in Powauke is getting
some close. Anyway, by the Tigers. Hilltoppers in on it. They get it to Tara McDonald. Shot is off, coming down the floor in a hurry, and laying it up is Sydney Pino.
Sydney Pino, 6 points in the game. 10-4 is the score. Toppers in the first quarter.
Pass down the floor is picked off, this time by Danielle Martinez. She goes in, puts a shot up. Rebound comes down to Emma Raven. Raven's going to hand it to Danielle Rodriguez. And Rodriguez gets it over to
Brandy. Brandy takes a shot.
Yeah, Brandy's shot was off. Emma Raven with it now for Los Alamos. And the Hilltoppers going to bring it back out on top. And they'll hand it over now to Kaylee Salazar. We're going to have a timeout taken by Ray Romero.
A lot of girls huffing really hard. They're playing. I think that timeout's just to rest them.
Yeah, and so that's going to be a 30 taken by Ray Romero. So remind everybody that tomorrow night the Hilltopper boys will take on Moriarty in an important district contest. And then on Friday night, the Hilltopper boys will travel to Powauke. And that is a very, very important district game. They had a wild one here in Los Alamos. And it's going to be a wild one there down in Powauke, I can guarantee you. So 10-4 is the score.
Still in the first period, 1:30 left in this first quarter. Coming out of the timeout, Topper ball.
Yeah, minute and a half to go here. So anyway, the Hilltoppers will inbound it at midcourt. Having a lot of trouble getting it in. They finally do. Pass comes to Danielle Rodriguez. She comes in from the left side, puts it up with the right hand. Now she's going to the free throw line. And so right now, that personal foul is going to go to Destiny Galan. That's her second, and that's the 15th foul. So the Lady Tigers piling up the fouls, and now Danielle Rodriguez at the free throw line for Los Alamos. She's going to shoot 2.
Daylin misses her first one. And good try, Daylin. Yeah, make this one.
Yeah, so Daylin is, well, the Hilltoppers are struggling from that free throw line. They could be ahead in this ball game. So this one is also off.
They really are playing better, like you just mentioned.
And
playing better than Taos.
So coming down the floor and down the baseline, putting the shot up. How did that go in? I don't know how in the world that thing went in, but Danielle Martinez picks up her 6th point.
That was Sydney Pino, number 5.
Okay. Mike says it's Sydney Pino. Okay. So.
That's what Maury said.
Maury was wrong.
We have a jump ball.
Maury was wrong. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Anyway.
I have Danielle down for 6.
I don't know where you got that.
2. Watching the game.
She has 4. So Tara McDonald coming down, gets to Michelle Macias. Her shot is off. Rebound is going to be pulled down by Lena Chavez. Smallest girl on the floor. She gets it out on top to Daylin Rodriguez. Rodriguez on the dribble right now is going to bring it over on the right side to Michelle Macias. Pass underneath to Tara McDonald in all kinds of traffic. Daylin wants a 3-point shot. She can't get to it. Gets it to Tara McDonald. McDonald dishes it off to Brandy Sandoval. Ball is knocked away, and a loose ball is going to be picked up. This time by Elias Suazo, and she's going to be fouled from behind by Elena Chavez.
That's her first foul. 5-3. One of the other spark plugs on the team. And Chavez is a junior.
So right now we have Emma Harris picked up 2 quick fouls. She started, and she's on the bench right now with those 2 quick fouls. And as we crank down to 10 seconds to go here in this first quarter, shot from the wing is off by the Tigers. Hilltop is coming up the floor with 5 seconds to go, and Michelle Macias trying to head to the hole, loses the ball. It's going to go over the end line, and it'll be inbounded by the Tigers with 1.3 seconds to go. So that is going to bring this quarter to an end in just a second. And so, okay, she baseballs it. Whoa. All right, so that'll do it. So right now the Hilltoppers find themselves down 12-4 to the Lady Tigers. And the Tigers came up with 6 field goals, no 3-pointers, and did not shoot any free throws. But the Hilltoppers had 1 field goal and no 3-pointers, and they were 2 for 6, 8. 2 for 8 from the free throw line.
Giles' shots, they just barely go in. They're not getting clear shots. The Toppers are playing some really good defense. We just can't make our shots fall.
I don't know how that last shot, that one shot went in.
I know.
I thought
I don't even think she looked at the basket when she shot it. She was covered with players, Brandy and Tara, and just threw it up, and it rolled across the rim and into the basket.
Yes.
I think she was probably more shocked than anyone else that went in.
We are going to start this second quarter, and it's alternating possession is going to go to the Tigers.
Toppers in a hole, 12-4 to start the second period. Let's hope they can keep up the defense and just stop some of these shots inside. You know, Brandy Sandoval's doing an awesome job on the big Eli girl inside.
Yeah, they started to go to Eli. The pass now is picked off by Michelle Macias. Macias coming down the floor. She puts it up. She goes down, and we're going to have a blocking foul called on the Lady Tigers. And the boy, I mean, she took the worst of that. Elias Suazo tried to take the charge, and boy, she got the worst of that.
Well, they were running side by side. I don't know. Yeah. She tried to scoot in there and take a charge. Not a good idea.
That's her second personal. Michelle Macias at the free throw line. Drops that one in.
Oh, yeah, boy, we'd have 6 points from her if she made all those free throws.
Yeah, well, yeah, really. The score could be tied. This one is off. Rebound comes down to Madeline Quintana. Quintana up the floor and handed over on the baseline, trying to get it underneath. The ball is, it was picked. I thought it was going to be stolen away by Tara McDonald, but a good job by Kiana Mua Eli to scoot that away from Tara. So
Jenna Harris is back in the game, Gene.
Yeah, Jenna needs to be careful. She got 2 personal fouls, but she's very, very aggressive, very scrapper. So that's why she gets those kind of fouls. Comes over. They're going to try to get into Eli. They overthrow her, and they
held ball.
They're going to have a held ball. They overthrow her. Elena Chavez picked off the pass as it was overthrown, and she was immediately tied up by Myrika Moyer. So a little alternating possession will go to Los Alamos, and they'll inbound it under the Taos basket. Full court press by the Lady Tigers. Hilltoppers bring it up. They break the press easily. Wow. Jenna Harris goes in the corner. Michelle Macias, three-point shot is off. Rebound comes down to Brandy Sandoval. Her shot is off, but right there is Tara McDonald to get that miss, and Tara puts it back in for Los Alamos.
Climbing back slowly, 12-7's the score. Toppers getting back in here on aggressiveness.
And they pass, trying to get it over on the left wing, and they had I think, I'm not sure who that was, either Brandy Sandoval or Michelle Macias. They looked like they were going to try to pass it into Eli, Kianamua Eli, and one of those girls just had her by the arm. So they took the pass, went over onto the right wing, and it was actually a bad pass, went wide, passed down the floor
too hard
by Michelle Macias.
Whoa.
And so Tara McDonald
plows. Plows through. Eli, luckily.
Yeah, I mean, she leveled the pokey girl.
The biggest one on the court.
Inadvertently. She was running down the floor and tried to pull up, just leveled her, and the official, okay, no harm, no foul, I guess.
So. Good no call.
Shot is off by the Tigers coming down the floor. Daylin Rodriguez. She bounces it to Tara McDonald. McDonald goes up. Her shot is off. Rebound comes down to Brandy Sandoval.
And they're just not going to give that kind of thing up. Brandy's tearing it. She's the senior. She's really aggressive underneath there tonight.
Yeah, she really is. And boy, she was really going for that one. So they get the held ball, and so now just walking it up the floor, the Lady Tigers. Now they bring it over onto the left wing, looking inside, can't find anything. Pass is picked off by Michelle Macias once again. Goes into the backcourt, but that was knocked away by Michelle. Pass inside, picked up by Michelle again. And pass goes underneath, and I thought it was going to be out of bounds off the Lady Tigers. What are they going to call now? Tara McDonald. So she picks up her first personal, and that is the fourth team foul.
And Brandy's rubbing off on Tara. Both those girls getting super aggressive in the paint.
So Kiana Eli takes, she just stands on the free throw line. They lob it to her, and she just shoots a free throw and drops it in for her first 2 points of the ball game.
Taos coach decided to pull her up on the free throw line, see if she can make it from there. Brandy and Tara are not going to let her shoot a shot down low.
Hilltoppers bringing it down the floor against the press, lose it out of bounds at midcourt. So the Tigers will inbound it.
14-7 score, Toppers down.
There's a travel they didn't call.
Second quarter.
So the Tigers trying to penetrate down the middle of the lane. And
great defense.
And we're going to have a
travel?
No, they're going to call Michelle Macias. That was totally inadvertent. Michelle was just standing there, and the girl tripped over her foot. Michelle didn't trip her. She just tripped her. She started to run, and she just tripped on Michelle's foot, and they called Michelle for the foul.
That's why I thought it was a travel, if anything.
Well, yeah, so they get the ball underneath now to Danielle Martinez, and she puts it in for 2.
8 points in the game for her. 16-7 is the score. Jenna had scramble for it, had a double team, broke out of it.
Yeah, and as Jenna, there was a scramble for it, and we have a topper girl down.
They double teamed her. Oh, no.
Yeah, that's Danielle Martinez, but
Daylin Rodriguez.
I'm sorry, Daylin Rodriguez.
A little hurt there. I heard a loud thud. So.
Well, there was a big scramble for it in the backcourt, and
she hit her knee or something.
And Danielle was involved, and Jenna Harris was involved, and a couple of Tiger girls, and so then Jenna just came in and just kind of ran into the mix and grabbed the ball and knocked the 2 Taos girls flying, and also Daylin went down, but now Daylin's still on the floor for Los Alamos with 4:53 remaining here in the first half. It's a 16-7 ball game, and so they're still tending to Daylin.
Mick Matuzak out there, our Cracker Jack trainer. They're going to lift her up, see if she can walk off.
Yes.
I think she banged her knee against the court. That hurts a lot.
Yeah, she's favoring her right leg.
If you've ever done that, that hurts a lot.
putting no weight on her right leg. And then, she's really exercising the knee right now. So I think Mike is right. I think now she's starting to walk a little better. So anyway, they will help Daylin off the floor, and and then when we're ready to go, they will give the ball down to Danielle Martinez.
5'6" junior Daylin. She's a scoring threat too. She likes that 3-point shot.
Yes, she does.
It's great when.
It's always great when you make it. Elias Suazo brings it across the timeline for the Tigers. They bring it over onto the right side to Danielle Martinez.
Look at that.
Her shot is off, and then the ball is knocked away. And they had, nothing but white jerseys going for that rebound. And Lena Chavez.
Jenna.
She had the ball knocked away from her, and then she was able to retrieve it and get it back. She brings it across the timeline back. The Hilltoppers get it to Jenna Harris. Harris dribbles to the left wing, hands it over to Lena Chavez. Chavez backs out into the free throw circle, gets the screen, comes around the screen, and now cutting down the lane on the right side is Tara McDonald, and she has her shot blocked by Eli. And now they're trying to get it under Eli once again. 3-point shot from the left wing, and that is off by Elias Suazo. And the ball's on the floor. There's a mad scramble for it.
Hey!
And Brandy Sandoval goes to the floor.
I think you call that letting them play.
I guess. She goes to the floor with three other girls.
Jenna's going to challenge her.
So Jenna is going to challenge Kiana Mua Eli. And good block now by Eli. And so we're going to have a timeout taken by Eric Morris. And I see what kind he wants here. So,
Kiana Mua. 16-7.
Going to take a 30.
30-second timeout for Taos.
Yeah, so each team now has taken 1:30. The junior varsity, it was a crazy junior varsity game. It was just a track meet from the beginning to end. But not a whole lot of scoring. But Taos did win that ball game 30-21. And right now it's 16-7. And we are about halfway through the second quarter. They use the clock to time the time. When they have the timeout, we lose the clock time because they use the clock to time the timeout. So 3:33 it says, with 16-7 ball game, and Hilltoppers inbound it under their own basket, baseline left. They give it to Lena Chavez. Chavez brings it in to Brandy Sandoval. Sandoval starts to go up. We have a held ball, and this one's going to go to Los Alamos. So good block that time by the Tigers, and
there it is.
So they get it underneath it. So cutting to the basket, Lena Chavez makes a great pass to Tara McDonald coming in from the right side, and Tara just lays it in for two. Nice. Beautiful play by the Hilltoppers.
That was about as sneaky as can get. I couldn't even see how she caught it.
So the shot taken from outside, that's inside the three-point line. Tara McDonald with the rebound, coming up the floor in a hurry, and so
out of bounds.
Michelle Macias trying to go to the hole, and as she starts to make her move to the basket, loses the handle on the ball, out of bounds.
Brandy doing a great job that time on that play. Brandy Sandoval, the senior.
Yeah, so 16-9 right now is the score. Full court press by Los Alamos. The Tigers break it. If the ball is not going to be knocked loose, we're going to have a reach-in foul go to one of the Hilltoppers.
Looks like Tara. Nope.
Jenna Harris. Unbelievable.
Bummer.
That's her third personal. That is the sixth team foul on Los Alamos.
I know he doesn't want to take her out, but
well, she comes out, and Kaylee Salazar goes into the ball game. Brandy Sandoval also comes out of the ball. And Emma Raven has for Ray Romero. Three-point shot from the corner. That's off. Rebound is fighting for it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Good job.
Kaylee Salazar, the ball was going out of bounds, and Kaylee
ran it down first.
Yeah, ran it down, and then she knocked it back in, and right behind her was a Taos girl.
Threw it right off her, out of bounds.
Yes. So we have Michelle Macias taking it to the hole from the right side, and Michelle
back on the line.
Is going to go to the free throw line again, and that personal foul will go to Madeline Quintana. That's her second, and that is the 7th team foul, but it's a shooting foul, and so Michelle Macias will be back at the line for 2.
Once again,
she's been there a lot. She's been struggling. This is going to be her 8th free throw coming up, so she's 2 out of 7 right now. The Hilltoppers have made their free throw. They had 8 free throws in that first quarter alone. Wow. They're only down by 7. So Michelle's second shot is off. Rebound.
Kaylee got a hand on it.
Yes, she did. Knocked it loose, but the loose ball was going to be picked up by Danielle Martinez.
In a press, Toppers.
So bouncing it down the floor. Emma Raven makes the steal. She's going to get it up now to Brandy Sandoval. Sandoval has her pocket picked.
So there's Tara.
That was Tara McDonald. Sorry, she has her pocket picked, and
Monica Moyer with the point.
And so Monica steals the ball away from Tara and takes it in and lays it in.
They're starting to call some fouls here, Gene.
Yeah, finally. But that's going to go to Destiny Galan. That's going to be her third. That is the 8th team foul. That'll put Los Alamos on the free throw line. Tara McDonald will go to the line. She'll shoot 1-1. And Tara, if I remember right, is left-handed.
Good memory.
Shoot two-handed.
Got 2 left hands.
So the only one that moved, Michelle Macias gets the rebound, puts it back up.
Good hustle.
As the shot was off by Tara McDonald, and it was a 1-1, but nobody moved except Kaylee Salazar. And Salazar, she had the rebound for a moment, but then the ball got knocked away. But everybody else just stood there. Kaylee was the only one who realized it was a 1-1.
Yeah, Michelle Macias did a great job there, slapping the ball. She's got some really quick hands.
Yeah, she does. And the Hilltoppers right now in a 1-2-2 zone, match-up zone. Skip pass comes across down into the corner. They're going to try to get it underneath to Eli. Eli is quickly double-teamed. We're going to have a reach-in foul go to one of the Hilltoppers, and let's see who they're going to lay this on.
No, 4.
They're going to lay it to Kaylee Salazar, it looks like. No, it's going to go to Elena Chavez. So Elena Chavez picks up the personal. That's her second. That is the 7th team foul. And at the free throw line, Monica Moyer. So she'll shoot one more.
Number 32, Brandy Sandoval.
And Brandy Sandoval just checking into the ball game for Emma Raven. Moyer at the free throw line. This one is off. Rebound comes down to this time. No, it comes down to Kenya Macias. Macias pass down the floor is picked off, and then just running into everybody and just throwing the ball up. That time was Danielle Martinez, and now the Hilltoppers steal it away, get it all the way down the floor, and coming in from the right side and laying it in is Tara McDonald. 6 points in the ball game right now for Tara. 19-11 ball game. Hilltoppers on the move this time. They bring it to Eli, and Eli, that seems to be her spot. She was standing just inside the free throw line, and another just a set shot, just a free throw.
She's taken a lot of shots and only made 2. So they've harassed her tonight.
Yeah, the inside people for Los Alamos, Brandy and Emma Raven and
Tara
have driven her crazy.
They've driven her clear out of the post.
Yes.
She only takes shots from the free throw now.
So the Hilltoppers, the ball knocked out of bounds by Powaki. Hilltoppers inbound it. We have 30 seconds to go here in the first half. 21-11. Inside it comes now to Brandy Sandoval. She goes up. Her shot blocked by Kianamua Eli. And now coming back into the ball game is Madeline Quintana. And she will replace Eli. Hilltoppers have the ball underneath their own basket on baseline left, and they'll hand the ball to Lena Chavez.
Nice catch.
She gets the pass inside momentarily. Let's see, she got the pass into Tara McDonald. Her shot was short. The ball on the floor, Brandy Sandoval grabs it, and then she's immediately tied up. So it makes it 11-21 right now. Hilltoppers down by 10 as we have 15 seconds to go. Ball is knocked away by Kaylee Salazar.
Nice
she
move.
goes up, puts it up, but right there is Lena Chavez to get the rebound, and then Lena's fouled, and she'll go to the free throw line. So great steal by Kaylee Salazar.
And Danielle Martinez, that's her first foul, and it's kind of a silly foul. Didn't really need to whack her that hard.
No, she didn't. So now, this is Lena's first trip to the line. Let's see how she can do. If they're gonna, well, that was a shooting foul. And everybody acting like it's a 1-and-1. That was definitely a shooting foul.
Yeah.
So, anyway,
Lena missed that one.
So she'll shoot one more. And Hilltoppers, I can't believe how many free throws they have shot in this contest. They shot 8 in the first period, and they've shot, 5 so far. So this is going to be the 14th free throw.
God, the real bummer is that they're playing better than Taos.
Yeah, they're playing very well.
They really are. And just they can't get those shots to fall.
Yeah, this is the best I've seen the girls play all year long. And
Taos is pretty big. But Toppers came out really hustling tonight.
So Lena at the free throw line, and this one good. That makes it 21-12. 5 seconds to go. And trying to come down the baseline and just trying to traveling violation called against the Tigers. I don't know where that came from.
I thought she stepped on the line. That's what I thought she was going to call.
Anyway, Danielle Martinez, and so they inbound it, and that will bring this half to a close.
Bummer.
So the Hilltoppers down 21-12 after one half of play. The Hilltoppers came up with 8 points, and the Tigers came up with 9. So the Hilltoppers right now down by 9. They were down by 8 after the first quarter, and then they able to come up with 9 points, and so right now it's 21-12 as we complete this first half of play. So we're going to take a short break, and then we'll be back as the Hilltoppers find themselves down by 9 in this district contest against the Taos Lady Tigers. We'll be back. So right now the Hilltopper girls trail 21-12 over the Taos girls. The Hilltoppers playing pretty scrappy ball and taking it to the hole, been fouled a lot, and they're having a lot of trouble from that free throw line, because in that first half, the Lady Tigers came up with 4 field goals. Los Alamos came up also with, they came up with 10 field goals, and Los Alamos came up with 4 field goals. But the Lady Tigers only went to the free throw line 3 times. They were 1 out of 3. Hilltoppers went to the free throw line 15 times and only converted 4. So they're down by 9. They missed 11 free throws. So, you got to make those free throws. You take it to the hole, and they're going to foul you. Then what you need to do, you've got to convert. But the Hilltopper girls played a pretty good first half, actually, and very, very aggressive and did a good job on defense, essentially. So, anyway, looking at the scoring, the leading scorer for the Lady Tigers was Danielle Martinez. She had 8, and then she was followed by Kiana Mua Eli. She had 4, and then 3 points for Marika Moyer. She made the only free throw of the first half for the Lady Tigers. And then we had 3 girls each with 2 each. As 6 girls got into the scoring column, and for their total of 21 points. For Los Alamos, they had 5 girls into the scoring column. They were led by Tara McDonald with 6. Randy Sandoval, Michelle Macias each had 2, and 1 point apiece for Elena Salazar and Emma Raven. And he used Tara and Brandy a lot inside and underneath. I'm surprised he didn't play Emma a little more than he did. Emma, he could have rotated all 3 of those girls pretty well, and gave all 3 of those girls a lot of playing time. Yeah. But Tara and Brandy mostly carried the load underneath for Ray Romero.
Especially Brandy, the senior. She's really posting up Eli really well. And then the bummer was Jenna Harris coming out early in the first quarter and having to sit out. She's really the spark plug out there. Does a lot of great stuff with her hustle. And then who's really stepping up too is Michelle Macias. She had a couple steals, a bunch of good steals, and a boatload of free throws.
Well, they've got Emma in the ball game right now, and she's gone to the point for Los Alamos. Pass down the right sideline to Brandy Sandoval. Back out on top to Jenna. Comes to Tara McDonald on the left wing. She's going to take it in, start to go in. It's cut off. Gets the ball over to Michelle Macias. Macias in the corner on the right side. Skip pass out on top. Jenna Harris, 3-point shot. That's just barely off. Rebound comes down to Michelle Macias. She goes, her putback is off. Brandy Sandoval gets the rebound. Jenna's going to fire another one. This one is off. So 4 opportunities for Los Alamos that time. And finally the
story of the game.
Yeah. So Los Alamos kind of not watching the Thor on defense, as they are all just kind of walking, almost talking to each other. And Sydney Pino was wide open to the left side of the basket. She just got the ball to her, and she made it an easy one. Pass inside is picked off. Down the floor comes Elias Suazo. Suazo picks up her dribble. He's going to bounce it over underneath, and Tara McDonald is going to tie up right away Sydney Pino. So a little lazy bounce pass to Sydney, and right there was Tara, and Tara tied her up immediately.
Well, I'm telling you, those 2 girls own the paint tonight.
Yeah,
they can't get anything underneath.
No,
Taos
they really can't. So coming down the baseline, shot goes up, is partially blocked. That ball was knocked up in the air as Tara McDonald came down with the rebound. The ball was, somebody took a swipe at it, uppercut at it, almost knocked it in the basket. Lena Chavez, 3-point shot. That's off. So coming down the floor in a hurry are the Lady Tigers coming down the baseline.
There's Brandy Sandoval. Boy, they own the paint, Jim. Gene, they're not going to go in there.
No, Brandy, beautiful block by Brandy that time, coming down that baseline. Pass comes out on top. Lena Chavez almost was able to pick that off, going down just kind of trying to fly down the lane and
Brandy wrestles it.
Yes.
Brandy almost picked up two Taos players who are struggling to get the rebound.
Well, Elias Suazo, she just went right down the middle of the lane. I think she was just trying to draw the foul, and she challenged Tara McDonald. It was no contest. So the Hilltoppers now bring it up for Los Alamos after the held ball. That was alternating possession to Los Alamos. Brandy Sandoval comes down the left baseline, puts a shot up. Her shot is off. Makes it 23-12 right now with 5:45 to go here in the third period. Over on the right wing and taking it to the hole. Finally, the shot is off by Marika Moyer, but right there is Eli, and Kiana Mua drops it in. That's only her 6th point in the ball game. Jenna Harris with it, dribbling in all kinds of traffic. She was going to take it all the way.
That was her intention, no doubt about it.
And the ball is knocked away from her. We're going to have a reach-in foul, and that one's going to go to Danielle Martinez. That's her second. That's the first team foul. Common foul. It'll be inbounded by Los Alamos. Out on top is Brandy Sandoval. Comes down the lane, puts it up. Eli gets the rebound. Now we're going to have a reach-in foul, and that's going to go to Brandy Sandoval.
Foul charge to Brandy Sandoval.
So that's her first. That is the first team foul in this second half.
Brandy Sandoval, the senior, one of the seniors having a great night tonight. On defense, especially.
So no press being put on by the Hilltoppers, and boy, a little give and go. And they worked that very nicely, but they missed a shot. They bounced it to Eli, and then took off to the basket, and that was Marika Moyer, and boy, she got a great bounce pass from Eli and missed an easy shot. Then we have a held ball. Ball comes inside, trying to get it to Eli, and knocked out of bounds by Brandy. Brandy doing a great job inside on the big girl from Taos, the Lady Tiger, Kiana Mua Eli. Out on top, it comes. Shot is going to be got taken immediately, and that was by Elias Suazo, and she was actually standing in the free throw circle, and they lobbed it out to her, and as she put the shot up, it was blocked by Brandy Sandoval. But then on the battle, trying to grab the rebound that time and put it back up with Marika Moyer, and she's fouled, and that personal foul goes to Brandy. So Brandy picks up her second personal, and that is the second team foul of this half.
There comes Emma Raven.
And see, that's Marika Moyer at the free throw line. Misses the first. So she'll shoot one more, and this one's good. That makes it 25-12. And so
looks like a false whistle there.
The Hilltoppers.
Everybody stopped to see what's going on, and the ref waved it off.
So Jenna Harris tries to zing it up the floor, but it's picked off. And then a little 2-on-1 break, and the Lady Tigers don't run it very well. Jenna Harris still on the dribble.
They're going to call it. Got it. Jen was all in her hip pocket, climbing on her back. They finally call it.
Elias Suazo picks up the personal. That's her third. That is the second team foul. Hilltoppers will inbound it in the backcourt. They bring it up now to Kaylee Salazar. Salazar will. Well, she started. That's major travel.
Just kind of walk by there.
So
Emma working it inside.
Emma Raven, who's in the ball game right now, gets the rebound. Her shot is off. Gets her own rebound. That shot is off.
Macias with the shot.
And then finally, finally Michelle Macias picks it up, and then she's fouled as she tries to put it back. And that personal foul will go to Marika Moyer, and that is her first. That's the third team foul. But Michelle back at the line. Really struggling from that free throw line tonight.
For the Tigers, number 40.
So 26-16. So the Hilltoppers right now are they were 4 for 15 at the end of the first half. So they had missed 11 in that first half. Michelle's second shot, this one's going to bounce around, come off, And the rebound's going to be pulled down by the Lady Tigers. Quick pass up the floor. And then, well, I thought she was going to pull up with it, but she decides to keep going. Lena Chavez almost picks off the pass out on top. It comes to Danielle Martinez over in the corner. They bounce it underneath. And
blocked away by Emma.
And this time Riley Rodriguez, who actually played on the junior varsity, is into the ball game, and she got the pass, and then it was knocked away.
Eli tried to turn that time on the baseline, and Emma Raven turned and slapped it away. Great job underneath.
Michelle Macias trying to take it in, and we're going to have let's see what they're going to have here. They're going to
Taos ball.
Yeah, they're just going to say she lost it out of bounds. Nothing as simple as that. We have 3.5 minutes to go here in this third quarter. 26-12. Coming down the floor is
timeout.
Yeah, so
that was pretty quick.
Yes, it was. But coming down the floor with Danielle Martinez, and she got into trouble right in front of Eric Morris. I mean, right in front of him. So he just hollered, and the referee was standing right there too. So he just hollered at the ref, timeout.
I mean, the second there was a tie-up.
yeah, and the Hilltoppers grabbed the ball actually and took off with it. But they're going to give him the timeout. So he's going to take a 30. So he has 3 full left, and the Hilltoppers have 3 full and 1:30. Hilltoppers trailed 12-4 at the end of the first quarter, 21-12 at the end of the half. Right now it's 26-12. We're more than halfway through this third quarter. Hilltoppers have not scored as yet in this quarter.
Well, I'm looking over at the student section. I think everyone in the student section has their phone out looking at something.
Probably listening to us. So they inbound it after the timeout. And they bounce it inside. Riley Rodriguez, her shot is off. Hilltoppers now with numbers coming down the floor in a hurry. Jenna Harris pulls up, puts the shot up. That is off. Eli gets the rebound, and now coming down the other end is Riley Rodriguez.
What'd they call?
And I'm not sure what they're calling here. Let's see.
It's like a straight breakaway. I don't know what they called.
Well, I don't know.
Well, did he just want Taos to throw it in, or?
I don't know, but neither team knows what they're supposed to do. Both teams are standing out of bounds. Finally, Kaylee Salazar gets it in and cutting to the basket down the right lane, and that was Emma Raven. And boy, beautiful play, and she just lays it in for her third point, makes it 26-14.
Oh.
Ball is on the floor as Sidney Pino loses the handle momentarily. Wants to get it inside to Eli, and I don't know if they're going to give her the basket. Oh, I can't believe they're giving him the basket.
They're going to give him the basket.
I mean, that personal foul, I mean, he blew the whistle even before Eli shot, and there was definitely a foul on Los Alamos, and and Tara McDonald, I mean, she definitely was fouling her, but that was before the shot, and they blew the whistle. Then she turned around and made the shot, and they give her the basket. And so she completes the three-point play.
Subbing in for the Tigers.
She now has 9 points in the ball game.
And she's going to be a force. She's a 6'4" freshman.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Got a traveling call.
Unbelievable. So they bounce it inside, and then the topper girl takes it and immediately travels. No pressure on her whatsoever. So Lady Tigers inbounded under their own basket. Bring it to Riley Rodriguez. Her pass is knocked away. Rebound comes down, or the loose ball comes down to Tara McDonald. McDonald pulls up, gets it underneath to Kaylee Salazar. Salazar goes around with a little scoop shot.
That almost worked.
Yeah,
we're going to have a travel here on Taos.
She went around and under Riley Rodriguez and scooped it up. And I thought that was going in.
It was a pretty creative shot.
Yes, it was.
It almost fell, too.
Tara McDonald gets it into Jenna Harris. So Harris on the dribble. So it's 29-14. The Tigers will inbound it now. I had to check something, so I lost track of what was going on. Down the floor, and here come the Lady Tigers. Losing the handle is Madeline Quintana. She picks it up. Ball comes into the lane, picked up by Jenna Harris. Harris coming down. She's going to lay it up too hard off the glass, and the rebound is pulled down by Eli. Now the ball's on the floor.
Kick
and
ball.
We're going to have Los Alamos called for the kick. And right now you see a struggle under the basket for that rebound on the slideshow. And the Hilltoppers trying to outlet it and get it out of there. So Jenna Harris.
Only 10 seconds here.
Yeah, the Hilltoppers.
They call it? Timeout, Coach. He wanted a full timeout.
Yeah, they could not get down the floor against the Hilltopper press.
Good hustle.
And the Hilltopper press just bottled him up. And so finally, Eric Morris jumps up, calls a full timeout.
Just when the student section put all their phones down and stood up and said, 10 seconds.
Yeah,
they were all yelling at once. And the ref on the Taos coach, of course, Eric Morris, he called a timeout as soon as he could find a ref.
And there you see Jenna Harris right there, hoping for the pass to come. I think that's Michelle Macias holding the ball. And now underneath Brandy Sandoval.
Senior.
Yes, and Brandy Sandoval going for the ball down that baseline on the left side.
Playing one of her last games.
So
as a senior tonight.
And so the slide show John McHale and they're taking these pictures.
Kaylee Salazar.
Kaylee
number 5.
Yes, on defense, and that's Michelle Macias to the right of the picture.
And there's Emma Raven taking a shot on.
Oh yeah, Emma.
There.
And she put that nice shot in. Makes it now 29-14 as we come out of the timeout. As the new 10-second clock for the Tigers. See if they can get it across. Long pass down the floor. Boy, they zinged that one down the floor down to Danielle Martinez.
Baseball throw.
Yes. So they get it to Eli, and then they had two girls wide open under the basket. Eli tried to get to it. Jenna Harris picks off the pass.
Nice
They
shot.
get it underneath to Tara McDonald. She goes up. Michelle Macias, three-point shot. That's good. So finally, we finally have a three-pointer. That's the only first three-pointer of this ballgame. Long pass down the floor is going to be overthrown by the Tigers. It's now 29-16, and the Hilltoppers are going to get it under the Taos basket. 44 seconds to go here in the third period.
Full court press.
So Jenna Harris gets it now to Kaylee Salazar. Salazar just no fear, just goes. So a great save back in by Michelle Macias as she gets it inside to Emma Raven. Raven's shot is off, gets her own rebound, gets it to Michelle. She puts up the three-point shot. That's off. And the ball's going to go out of bounds off of the Hilltoppers.
Good hustle. They're really playing now.
Yeah, they are. So there were 25 seconds to go.
There's a press
here in the third quarter. 29-16, and
travel.
And they had two girls going to the basket for the Tigers, and coming in from the right side was Madeline Quintana. Coming in from the left side was Kiana Mua Eli, and the girl who's going to make the pass pulled it up to make the throw and took a couple extra steps. They had two girls wide open. 29-16 with 15 seconds to go.
Travels.
Now we are going to travel.
Bummer.
I don't know where all these mystery travels are coming from, but I mean the calls are okay. So 29-16, 15 seconds to go, third quarter. Stolen away, a beautiful, beautiful steal this time by Kaylee Salazar, and she goes up and
count it.
Yeah, took a couple of extra steps, but she laid it in with the left hand.
Another travel by the Taos now.
Yes, and so, but Kaylee came down, and she came down from the left side. She was going to go up, and the girl was all over her, so she just stopped and took an extra step.
She took a little stutter step.
Yes.
To figure out which one she was going to shoot from.
And she got away with it.
Got away with it. Got her points.
So after 3 quarters, it's now 29-18 as the Hilltoppers came up with 6, and the Lady Tigers came up with 8. So we're about ready to head here into this 4th quarter, and let's see, Mike, if you can pick up some of those people on the slideshow.
Not that one.
No, sometimes the problem is that the girl stands out there, and
that's Tara McDonald there.
And got her, and they have her ponytail over their number.
Michelle Macias, number 15 in the shot there. It's Kaylee Salazar with the ball, working against the Taos player. And going in's Jenna.
Jenna Harris, nice move to the basket.
Got to get her some points tonight. Or she's got to get some points tonight. One of her last games as a senior.
See if we can I can't believe she missed that shot.
Well,
it was wide
4th
open.
Quarter. Now we need it.
So the Hilltoppers are going to inbound it to start this 4th quarter, trailing 29-18 to the Lady Tigers. The Lady Tigers defeated Los Alamos in Taos handily, but the Hilltoppers are playing them pretty well here tonight. Kaylee Salazar gets it to Tara McDonald. McDonald's going to hand it back to Kaylee. Top of the key. She's going to make a nice move down the lane. Loose ball gets away from her, picked up by Tara McDonald. McDonald's shot is off. Rebound comes down to the Lady Tigers. Destiny Galan coming down the floor. Her ball is stolen away by Brandy Sandoval. She gets away with a walk, and they bring it now to Kaylee Salazar.
That's a great job there by Jenna to chase down that leading player for Taos. I didn't think she'd get it.
So Michelle Macias coming right across the free throw line has the ball. And a nice little reach in there by one of the Tigers, knocked the ball away, and the Tigers now come down with it. They lose. The Hilltoppers knock it out of bounds in the front court. The Tigers inbound it. Kaylee Salazar's little pass inside is stolen away by the Hilltoppers. They're going to get it up to Kaylee Salazar, and she's going to score. And credit Brandy Sandoval for that steal. Awesome. Kaylee Salazar now with 4 points, and the Hilltoppers close it to 9, 29-20. Going underneath in all kinds of traffic.
Isn't that a walk?
Yeah, she did a Kaylee Salazar, but
slower motion.
But they don't give her this one. They gave it to Kaylee, but so the traveling violation called against the Lady Tigers with 6:50 to go.
Closing the lead.
And pass comes into Jenna Harris. Harris coming up the floor, and we're going to have a flagging the train that time.
Oh, big time.
Boy, big time. Flagging the train, and that personal foul is going to go to Marika Moyer. That is going to be her second. That's the 4th team foul. So the Hilltoppers will inbound it, and they're going to inbound it at midcourt. They'll work down the left sideline, hand the ball to Tara McDonald. And she's going to bring it in now to Kaylee Salazar. Salazar double dribbles.
Timeout. Well, she got it knocked away and caught it. But
well, anyway, I think she double dribbled, but just before she dribbled, Mero jumps up and says,
timeout.
Timeout. So anyway, and so Ray just takes a 30-second timeout. He has 4 timeouts, so he now has 3 full.
Doesn't want to waste them.
And I'm trying to see what's going on our slideshow here.
I don't think they've put any new ones on.
No.
Michelle Macias
that's Michelle Macias on the left, and Emma Raven on the right. Both going for the ball. And there you see Brandy Sandoval. Boy, there's a battle for the ball. The girl behind, right with her head above Brandy that time was Kianamua Eli. So 29-20, the Hilltoppers are inbounded at midcourt with 6:40 to go here in this fourth period. Kaylee Salazar over to Tara McDonald. Out on top to Kaylee. They're going to get it to Tara. Tara starts to take it in. She's cut off. Comes across to Jenna Harris. Three-point shot by Jenna. That's off. Rebound pulled down. Great, fantastic position by Tara McDonald. She was in the perfect spot. She just pulls it down and lays it back in.
7-point game here. 6 minutes left. Toppers fighting back.
Yes, and so now we're going to have they get it ball underneath now to, and let's see, that's
Moyer.
Yeah, and Moyer's going to go to the free throw line. She's going to shoot two. That personal foul will go to Michelle Macias. That's only her first. That is the fourth team foul. And at the free throw line, Marika Moyer shooting two. And drops this one in.
Doing a pretty good job from the line herself. Stretching the lead, 8-point game right now. Missed her second one, Gene.
Yes, she did. So Jenna Harris will bring it up for Los Alamos. Comes into Topper territory. Goes around, and she's going to take it all the way to the hole. And she just went right, used Michelle Macias as a screen. Went around her. Long pass comes down the floor. And getting behind everybody that time was Destiny Galan, and she lays it in for two. Makes it now 32-22. Jenna Harris with it for Los Alamos. They're going to pass it underneath.
Good idea.
They tried to pass it underneath, and Michelle was trying to do kind of an alley-oop type thing, but
there was a definite mismatch there. The girl on Michelle Macias was really a lot smaller. Definitely a good idea, but just couldn't keep a hold of the ball.
Well, they're going to call that a common foul, and that personal foul is going to go to Danielle Martinez, her third. That is the fifth team foul. Hilltoppers will inbound it under their own basket. Out on top, it comes to Brandy Sandoval. Sandoval will just now wait and get it over to Jenna Harris, over to Kaylee Salazar. Now there's the Hilltoppers working around that three-point line. Tara McDonald, top of the key. She fakes the three, decides to go in. She's cut off, gets it to Kaylee Salazar. And then Kiamana Eli knocks it away from Kaylee Salazar. And that was a very little effort because she's about twice as tall. She just kind of reached over her and knocked the ball away. And now the ball lost out of bounds by the Tigers. Hilltoppers will bring it up.
5 minutes left, 10-point lead. Toppers by Taos. Toppers trying to chip away at this thing. Michelle's not going to really aggressive there.
So taking it to the hole, and Elias Suazo picks up her fourth personal. That is going to be the sixth team foul. Another common foul. And the Hilltoppers inbound it, and they get it inside.
Yes.
Coming in from the left side, Tara McDonald, and a great pass across the lane.
10 points in the game for her.
Yeah, and a great pass across the lane by Kaylee Salazar. And so Tara picks up, like Mike says, picks up her 10th point. Makes it an 8-point ball game, 32-24. Michelle Macias gets it to Brandy Sandoval. Over to Kaylee Salazar. Now to Jenna Harris. 3-point shot by Jenna. That is off. Rebound comes down to the Tigers. Quickly up the floor, Elias Suazo. She makes the pass down the floor. Shot is missed underneath by Marika Moyer. And now the pass in the lane, and we're having...
You do not want to go in the lane.
No. But
guaranteed you get clobbered.
The personal foul is going to go to Brandy Sandoval. But like Mike said, she got the foul, but she paid the price, I guarantee you. Coming down the... we're going to reach in, foul go. Yeah, they grabbed Brandy Sandoval reaching in, grabbed her arm. So you could just see her get yanked back. No, they're going to call Tara McDonald.
Tara grabbed her around the waist. They're not going to give them a shot inside. They're just not going to do it.
That's the third on Tara. Out on top, 3-point shot.
Oh, isn't that out of bounds on the stanchion?
If it hits the...
I guess not.
No, if it hits any of the supports.
Yeah, that's what I said. The stand looked like it hit the stanchion, but I guess not.
Well, apparently not. Nobody's complaining about it.
The coach was for a minute.
Yeah. Well, anyway, Brandy Sandoval now has picked up her 4th personal. And that is going to be the 7th team foul on Los Alamos.
Here comes Emma. Emma's going to come in for the topper. She's
shooting
been playing a good game.
Shooting a 1-and-1 right now is the time is off by Madeline Quintana. So Quintana misses the front end of the 1-and-1. It's still an 8-point ball game. Michelle Macias takes it in, puts it up, bounces around, drops in. She'll go to the free throw line. And she can cut this to a 5-point ball game.
Wow.
32-26. Michelle Macias getting the ball on the right wing, and then just came right down the baseline on the right side. Put it up. She was fouled in the act of shooting by, let's see, and that was by Alea Suazo. Suazo picks up her 5th personal. That is the 7th team foul, but Michelle at the free throw line trying to complete the 3-point play.
We need it.
And this one is off.
Topper's in the press.
Yeah, the free throw line has killed us tonight here.
It really has.
Whoa. And palming the ball that time was Destiny Galan. So now I don't know if Taos is going to try to let the air out of the ball or what here, but they're giving it to Marika Moyer. Moyer has the ball knocked away. Michelle Macias grabs the loose ball. She's coming down the right sideline, has the ball knocked away from behind by Marika Moyer. Hilltoppers will inbound it at midcourt. They'll bring it into Jenna Harris. 6-point ball game. Yes, Mike. The Hilltoppers now in a spread out. So Michelle Macias is going to bring it over to Kaylee Salazar. Hilltoppers are way out from the 3-point line. And so Ray Romero wants a timeout. He says he wants a 30. He doesn't have any 30s, so he's going to take a full.
It was a good job, though. A good timeout. The girls didn't look like they knew what they were doing.
No, they didn't. And plus the fact that they looked like they were in a spread out, and they actually looked like they were gone into 4 corners.
Well, they've outscored them in the 4th quarter, 8-3, and they're really trying to climb back in this. 32-26 is the score, and Toppers, there's some time left here, so we can do it. We can do it, Gene, and the girls have. I mean, they really deserve it. They've hustled this entire game. They deserve to come out of here with a win.
Yeah, they have. They fought pretty hard in this ball game, and like I say, this is the best I've seen them play all year long. And they came out with
even being down key players.
Well, yeah, we have Gigi Romero gone, and Raina Morales. They both start. Caitlin Velarde, who normally starts, she's been out most of the season. So it's these girls have really picked up the slack. And the other thing too is that the girls came out tonight with a lot of intensity.
They really did. Emma Raven, the junior, is really playing well tonight. She came in as a kind of a backup role, but she's really been a star on defense, grabbing a lot of passes and knocking away passes and just making herself felt out there. A presence on defense and offense.
So Tara McDonald will take the ball from the official. They're going to bring it into Jenna Harris in the backcourt. So the Hilltoppers need a basket here to keep this thing going. Comes to Kaylee Salazar as the Tigers are right now in a girl-to-girl defense and putting on a lot of pressure. 3-point shot by the Hilltoppers. That's off. Rebound comes down to the Tigers. Long pass down the floor, and taking it to the hole is going to be Monica Moyer, and Jenna Harris just says,
I was going to say, I thought she lost it. Okay, I didn't think Jenna touched her.
I thought Jenna knocked it out of bounds, but you're right.
Jenna had both her arms up like as she ran by her.
2:35. Across the timeline it comes to Kaylee Salazar. Salazar on the dribble is going to come right down Broadway.
Wow.
Put it up. Shot blocked by Eli.
Challenged Eli like crazy. Hoping to draw the foul. Good job.
Oh, that's an easy block for Eli. Kaylee Salazar will inbound it. Gets it inside to Tara McDonald. McDonald had the opportunity.
Whoa. And
Michelle Macias picks up the loose ball, puts up a 50-footer. She's fouled, and she'll go back to the free throw line again.
Danielle Martinez with her fourth.
Yeah.
Michelle, we need some shots here.
So that's her fourth, and that is going to be the eighth team foul. But Michelle Macias shooting 2 for Los Alamos. Drops that one in.
Nothing but net. Never doubted it for a moment.
So the Hilltoppers now close this to a 5-point ball game. And Michelle can close it to 4. Hilltoppers are still in this ball game. That is off. Full court press by Los Alamos. Pass up the floor, knocked away by Tara McDonald. McDonald is going to be called for the foul.
I didn't see a foul on that.
No, I didn't either. She did a good job of coming around over, like kind of over her shoulder, knocking it away. But that's going to go to Tara. That's going to be her 4th. That is the 8th team foul. So that the Lady Tigers in the bonus.
1-1.
So Marika Moyer will go to the free throw line. And this is going to be off.
Way short.
Rebound comes down to Tara McDonald.
Gets it across the timeline. Does a good job.
Jenna Harris with it with 2 minutes to go. 5-point ball game. Kaylee Salazar goes by everybody.
They're going to call her on her.
Whoa, they're going to call a foul on that?
Totally. Taos doesn't like it.
Well, my golly, I don't think they like it. I mean, that looked like a mighty clean block to me anyway. 32-27. 2-point and 2 shots here for Kaylee Salazar. Whoa.
Too nervous.
That's off. 2:01 to go.
Taos coach working the ref over here. He did not like that.
And this one is
Yes.
good.
Kaylee having a great game.
4-point ball game. Full court press by Los Alamos. Down the floor it comes. And they're going to take it to the hole, right? And straight to the hole that time was Destiny Galan. So Galan. And the personal foul will go to Michelle Macias. That's going to be her 2nd. That is the 9th team foul. I'd rather see him do that than try to spread the ball out and run the clock. She's got to convert both of these, and she doesn't convert the first one. I thought she was going to convert it. Sat on the front of the rim forever and then finally fell off. Minute 53 to go. Destiny Galan. Second shot is off. Tara McDonald with the rebound. Gets it to Jenna Harris. And we're going to have, and Jenna's going to go to the free throw line as they double teamed her, and they're going to be called for the foul.
Dumb foul.
Yes, it was.
Get some free shots here and not move the clock.
Jenna Harris can cut this to a 2-point ball game. And that personal foul will go to Marika Moyer, her 3rd. And that is going to be the 10th team foul. So that means that Jenna's going to shoot 2. Double bonus time. So Jenna's at the free throw line. Puts up the first. No problemo from Jenna.
That's what we need to see from the senior.
Yeah, so she pops that one in, and she's going to shoot one more. She can cut this to a 2-point ball game.
Beautiful.
And she does. 2-point ball game. Minute 43 to go. Taos coming down the floor, across the timeline. They get it up now to Madeline Quintana. Quintana
charge.
Going to the hole is called for the charge.
Here we go, 2-point ball game.
Madeline Quintana picks up her 3rd personal as the Hilltoppers on great defense. 2-point ball game, 32-30. The Hilltoppers at one point were down by 12 points in this ball game, and now the Hilltoppers working against the press. They throw it away. Unbelievable.
They haven't had a lead the entire game, and here at the end they've got it close.
Well,
the girls got to tie some shoes here.
Well, it was 29-18 at the end of the 3rd quarter, and so the Hilltoppers have scored 12, and they have held the Tigers to 3, 32-30. Taos having a lot of trouble getting it in. They get it inside to Destiny Galan. Galan's going to come down. She's going to put it up. This shot is off. Rebound comes down to Eli. Kiana Mua Eli is able to put it back in. Minute 20 to go. Long pass down the floor, thrown away. by Los Alamos. So the Hilltoppers, who had closed it to 2 and had 2 opportunities to come back and tie the score, and in both instances they throw the ball away. Now Eric Morris has told his girls to spread out. So the Hilltoppers are going to have to pick out somebody to foul. 34-30, and so now Eric Morris wants a timeout. He's going to take a full. That leaves him with one full timeout. So we're down to about a minute to go here, but the Hilltoppers had the golden opportunity. They closed it to 2, and then coming down the floor in a hurry, the Tigers, and that was Madeline Quintana, I believe. Well, anyway, it doesn't matter. Whoever came down the floor, and it was kind of roaring down the floor, and the Hilltoppers drew the charge. And so they got the ball back, and 2-point down, had the opportunity to bring the ball back up and tie the score, throw the ball away against the press, and then they hold the Tigers and get the ball back and throw it away again. But
that was awesome that Jenna Harris made those 2 free throws and really got us a lot closer. That was really good for the senior. I was glad to see her do that.
Yeah, it's now a 4-point ball game, and the Tigers have the ball to throw it in, and I think we're about 58 seconds, I think. Let me see. We have to watch and see the clock here. 58.8. So the Tigers will inbound it at midcourt. And let's see what Ray Romero has come up with. You got to pick out somebody to foul. And right now they will be in a double bonus once they are fouled. So I don't know if the Hilltoppers are going to try to go for the steal or what. But anyway, so Kaylee Salazar trying to.
Got to get a foul here.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to foul or not. I think they're going to try to work for the turnover, and they do get the turnover. Kaylee Salazar coming down the floor, and she's going to get it up to Michelle Macias. Macias in the corner, and we're going to be
out of bounds. Taos ball.
How did that happen? What?
They ran out of bounds, and Taos got it. Taos possession.
Well, Michelle was holding it. Next thing I knew, it was gone. So they did get the turnover, but not able to convert again. So that's
they need a foul here.
That's the 3rd time.
I don't know what they're waiting for.
Now he's screaming and yelling to foul. And Taos is just going to spread it out. Come down to 13 seconds to go, and finally Kaylee Salazar commits the foul. We wasted an awful lot of time. And
on that play where it went out of bounds, Kaylee got nailed on her thigh. She was down on the court for a while. Now she's limping.
At the line with 2, Marika Moyer.
So Kaylee Salazar picks up her first personal. That is the 10th team foul. So Moyer at the free throw line. She's going to shoot 2. And no problemo there. So
Timeout, Los Alamos, a full timeout.
So she will shoot 1 more. And so right now, see, Marika has been to the free throw line 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 times. Well, she's not bad. 4 out of 8 so far. And she still has 1 more coming. So the Hilltoppers are going to drop this ball game, but boy, scrappy finish for them, and they were down by 11 at the end of the 3rd quarter, 29-18, closed it down to 32 to 30, and had the opportunity, got the ball back, by drawing a charge against the Tigers, but then 2 costly turnovers, and they just. And I'm not sure what happened on the other end over there. I looked away for a second, and they were giving the ball to Taos. So I don't know, Michelle, would she lose it out of bounds? Or
yeah.
Because she had the ball. It looked like there you see on the slideshow, you see Brandy Sandoval plowing into one of the Tiger girls.
Well, wrestling for the rebound there.
35
Moyer on the line again for her 2nd shot.
12 seconds. She's right now. She's 4 for 8 from the 4 for 7 from the free throw line. 4 for 8 from the free throw line. This is her 9th free throw.
She makes that.
No problemo there either.
Cementing the game, I think, with that one, Gene.
36-30. Jenna Harris has her pocket picked, and Destiny Galan, she could have taken it in for an easy layup. She doesn't, and so the Hilltoppers dropped this one 36-30. But boy, a great comeback by the Hilltoppers in that fourth quarter as they came up with 12. They held they held Taos to 7 points, but at one point they had outscored them 12-3 and had a chance to get back and tie this ball game and maybe win this ball game. But that's tough loss for the girls as they really played their hearts out here tonight. So I want to remind everybody we'll be back on the air tomorrow. Tomorrow night, the Hilltopper boys will take on Moriarty here. That game time, that will be at 7 o'clock, approximately 7, of course. Leading the scoring for Los Alamos tonight was Tara McDonald. She had 10, and she was followed by she was followed by Michelle Macias with 8, and then with 5 was Lena Chavez. 3 points for Emma Raven. Michelle Macias had the only three-pointer of the whole ball game. Janice Harris followed with 2, along with Brandy Sandoval with 2, and Lena Chavez had 1 for the scoring for the Hilltoppers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 girls getting into the scoring column for Los Alamos. And Danielle Martinez for the Tigers had 8 points in the first half, did not score in the second half. And it looked like the leading scorer in this ball game was the big girl, Kiana Mua Eli. She had 11. No, let me see. She had 11. So anyway, so that's going to do it for us. And so we'll be back on the air. We have a fairly full week coming up. We'll be back on the air tomorrow. The Hilltopper boys taking on Moriarty. Thursday night we have off. Friday night we'll be in Pewaukee, bringing that ball game against the Elks. Very, very important district contest. And then on Saturday afternoon, we'll be back here at Griffith Gymnasium for the final game of the regular season when the Hilltopper girls will entertain the Pewaukee Elks. And hopefully they get some of their strength back. We had a couple of key girls, but I doubt if Gigi Romero will be back. And unfortunate because she's only an 8th grader, but she's tough. So this is Gene Mortensen for Mike Katko and John McHale and Nate Limback. And I want to thank Carol Clark of the Los Alamos Daily Post for making all of this possible. So have a great tomorrow, everybody, and you can have an even better Wednesday. All you got to do is put a little love in your heart. Don't forget to hug your penguin, but the most important thing you can always do is just be excellent to each other. And my sweetie pie, Gail, I love you, honey. I miss you so very much. Love you a lot. Bye-bye, everybody.